The Asheville Cougars travel to Skyland on senior night, April 29, 2025. Micah Simpson takes the mound for the Rams and strikes out 2 in the first. The Cougars scored 2 in the first. The Rams had no base runners in the first. A 1-6-3 double play got the Rams 2 outs in the second. Another strikeout for Micah closes out a 1-2-3 inning. Quiet again for the Rams in the second. The Cougars went down in order in the third. Parker Philippek singles to right to lead off the bottom of the third. He would not advance. The Cougars scored 1 more in the fourth. Caden Davidson singles in the bottom of the fourth. He got to second on the throwing error. He was stranded. 2 more strikeouts for Micah in the top of the fifth. Jake Parham singles in the bottom of the fifth. He would advance to second on a balk, but end the inning there. Micah picks off the runner in the top of the sixth. With 2 down in the bottom of the sixth, JT Smith singles. He advances to second on a wild pitch and then steals third before Caden walks. Micah singles to right, scoring JT, and the Cougars' lead is cut to 3-1. Jake singles on a bunt, bringing in Isaac Sierra in to run for Caden, and the score is 3-2 Cougars after 6. Micah recorded another strikeout in the seventh. Parker hits a double in the bottom of the seventh. Zeke Adwaters doubles to right, scoring Parker, and the game is tied at 3. Zeke advances on a wild pitch, and then Lorenzo Lyles is hit by the pitch, and there are runners on first and third with 1 out. Zeb Swangham is hit by the pitch to load the bases. JT singles to right, scoring Zeke and securing the Rams a 4-3 walk-off win on senior night.
You guys walked tonight's game off 4-3 and 7. What are you guys telling each other in the dugout there when you're down 3-0, to keep yourselves right in the mix?
I'll say, we've done a lot in our career as a team. We're really confident in ourselves. And so the moment, it's there. We don't, we're not going to lie and be like, we never feel it. We feel the pressure for sure. But, I have so much confidence in my teammates. Even up there, if I strike out, I already knew Caden was going to walk it off anyways. Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of what we feel in the dugout and stuff. It's never my job. I didn't go up there thinking, man, I got to walk this off. It's a team thing, and we were just 2 guys that stepped up today.
Yeah.
I just felt like even earlier in the game, we weren't playing our best, and I remember getting in the game to run a little bit, and I messed up. I was trying to be aggressive for the team, and I messed up. Teammates were a little mad at me, so I felt like in that moment, after Parker had a big moment, I had to come through and have a big moment to help the team out.
Yeah, what'd you see there? Did you go the other way with that one to kind of tie it, and then, your last at bat as well?
Well, Billy, before that bat, he's telling me, get the job done, move the runner over. And I know the pitcher, he's a little wild sometimes, He came in, the first pitch was a little high, then he threw it middle out. I took it, don't know why. And then he threw it again, so I just had to get my barrel there and hit it the other way and do my job, which I did.
I say, getting up there, I watched the at-bats before, especially runners on. He wasn't going to give me any off-speed, in case he passed the ball or whatever. So, after that, I want to say 1-0 fastball, I fouled off. I knew if he threw anything in the zone again, it's a real easy job. All I got to do is hit a fly ball. and I knew fastball was coming. It came again, and I just drove it.
You know, you guys have played a lot of really good competition all year, whether it's in the state or out of the state. What did you learn from those battles that you think helped you on a night like tonight?
Just when you're facing a good pitcher or a good team, you know, one thing our coach always tells us is they're good. They have a lot of good players, but we're a good team.
Yep.
We do the little things right, and that's what helps us win in big moments, like coming through, you know, a bunt, hit by pitch. Those are big things. We take those serious like home runs.
I say, you know, playing in those big tournaments, you know, especially at, you know, we played an IMG tournament, man, and those teams, man, the competition we saw there, I don't think we could see a better competition. And so when we get in games like this, you know, I mean, we've seen guys almost every game, you know, especially out of conference, throwing mid-90s, you know what I mean? And so when we get to a game like this, man, it's just a lot of confidence. We know we face the best, and there's nothing that can beat us.
You guys have won back-to-back state championships. Obviously, you guys have learned there's a big target that comes with that, but you know, how do you guys weather that, especially in like a conference rivalry game against a good team like this? You know, how do you guys weather those emotions and take everybody's best punch?
I think, you know, especially Asheville, man, like, you know, we're not going to BS it, man. They are a good team, man. They rape, you know what I mean? And we knew that coming in here, so especially against teams like that, man, it don't matter if, you know, they're 10 minutes, 20 minutes up the road. You know, we got to respect all our opponents, and that was what we did tonight, and luckily we could come back and get the dub.
Yeah. You know, just facing a team like Asheville, you know, like everybody knows around here, they can hit, they hit really well. It's just another thing about team. Billy always talks about how little things really help us win games, and that's what we always focus on. He told us pre-game, he told us to focus on that. It's senior night. He said, don't let the emotions get in the way, and we didn't. We came through at the end when we needed the most.
Coach, you guys enter the bottom of the sixth, down 3-0. You walk it off here 4-3. What was it about those final two innings where you guys finally started to, you know, find your way on base and just execute down the stretch there?
Yeah, I think we finally had a little bit of energy in the game. Put a little pressure on, and that's really, the first 5 innings seemed like they went really fast. A lot of emotion today, senior night. We have a bunch of guys that have done a lot of really cool things here. And, you know, you go through that before a game. There's no emotion and feelings that should ever get involved in a baseball game, but unfortunately it did. And luckily, we were able to snap out of it a little bit with a little spark here and there and, you know, put some pressure on it, and they finally woke up and came through.
It's one thing to put the pressure on, but to be able to execute in those big moments. You guys have the bunt there that, you know, pushes across to run. You send, you know, a guy to the plate goes the other way and bloops one in. What is it about these guys being ready for these moments?
Yeah, I mean, we've been through it.
Yeah.
I mean, you take a regular season. We look past, the last 2 years are already in the past. But we create a situation throughout the course of the season that, you know, we put them in a ton of spots where they have to come through. We play against top competition all over the place, down in Florida, Alabama, you name it. I don't think there's anything these guys have not seen. We've seen 97 on the mound, 2 or 3 occasions, 95. That wasn't on the mound today, but they had guys, they came in and they were fighting like the underdog, and they had a ton of energy, and they were competing. And there was a pretty damn good shortstop on that other team for them. He's hot as heck. You know, at some point here, we're gonna have to figure out what to throw him. But you know, I believe in our guys. They fought throughout the whole time.
I was gonna say, what did you learn from the trips that you've taken out of the state, the Wesleyans, the Charlotte Catholics of the world? What have you learned from them that you think paid off on a night like tonight?
Well, you learn how to affect and play with pressure. I mean, big moments, like this game, for instance. All right, I think a lot of coaches will sit there and go, you know, it's just like any other game. It's not. And you can't preach to your team that it's just like any other game, because there's nerves, there's emotions, there's butterflies. All right, you got to turn those butterflies into attacking the game. And we didn't do that in the beginning today. We sat back, we weren't taking aggressive swings, and they were. The other team was taking hacks today, 1 through 5, or the first 5 innings, and there was not a swing I felt like in the first 5 innings that we took that would scare anybody. And finally we started to get in the groove and put some pressure on.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more round of applause to this group of seniors.